Hello, welcome back to the Reading Mama. My name is Heather. I am mama to 8, and there is chaos in my house. Today, I'm going to share a little peek into my bookshelves, but only partially. I should have started filming this a while ago. Basically, what's going on here is pure chaos because all of our exterior walls on our house, the interior portion of it, the drywall is coming off, insulation coming out, new insulation going in, new drywall going up, everything's getting repainted, and then we're getting new flooring as well. We had some mold issues about a year and a half ago, and we're finally remedying some of the things that were causing the problem. And so that means I have to pack everything up, and then I hope to come back and share how I'm inventorying and putting things back on after all this process. But first comes the tedious taking down and organizing. And I've already done about half of our books in our other room, and I'll show you those in a minute. Okay, so here I am in what we call our home library. And as you can see, I've already started clearing the shelves. I'll set up some pictures here to show you. Over on that end, we had kind of our biography section and also our teen reads or YA and seasonal books. And so I've got those packed up. Then I had like tall books kind of in these middle short cubes, and that included like geography, fantasy and fairy tales, Shakespeare, and a lot of picture books of different sorts. So all those are already packed. So what I have left in essence in here, which that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large boxes and 1 small box. My husband's going to be a little out of his mind when he sees how many boxes of books we have. But what I have left essentially is some of our board books down here. These are kind of our Christian literature, and I'm sorting through so that I can unhaul things as I go, whatever we don't use. And then I have this section here, which is like our primary school shelf, and it's all of our history books by century or study. So on the bottom, I have kind of the ancients, and then we get into Middle Ages, and then we have the 14 and 1500s, then we have the 1600s, I believe, something like that. No, we have, it's 1450 to 1600, I think is what it is, and then 16 1700s, and then we have the 1800s, and then the top here is the 20th century and 21st century, which that actually isn't even what's up there. That's just school books for next year, because I have all of those books in the other room getting ready for school next year. And on top are my older books that are classics and just bigger things. Ooh, how do I do it? There we go. That I don't really want manhandled by the kids each and every day. So I've got to pack all those up. Then flip all the way around. I have all of our science and nature ones to go to. And so yeah, we have a book problem, but I love it, and I'll come back and let you know when I'm done. Hello, so I'm back. All right, I've gotten all of the white shelf done, and my nature shelf over there, and most of my science books except for these mammoths. And then I have up there school books for next year and my treasured books, so to speak, that we only pull off and read if it's someone who can be trusted and is careful. So probably need to evaluate that because shelf space is limited, and can't really just keep books just because they're pretty, can I? I don't know, judging that. But I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 medium-sized boxes, plus the 2 in my room that are mine. That's 12. 1 small box, and I have all the curriculum still to pack and all the stuff for school next year. It is amazing how hard it is to think, will I need this book in the next month? And like, it's really hard. Plus, I'm trying to get stuff ready for school, and I need access to the books that are for school. So I'm like pulling books like, oh, I know, we're doing geology. I need all the books on rocks. And then there was like somewhere in there, I put my Teach Your Child to Read and 100 Easy Lessons, which I was planning to use with my 5-year-old. And I did not label the box that it went in. I'm hoping it's in this one over here that it says readers. But yeah, I didn't think that through. So yeah, and then because this is how the universe is working this week, my husband went and got the mail, and he said, should we just put them straight in a box? on thrift books. You're supposed to help me out. And you're supposed to not be delivering them all on the same day. We have a post office box. We don't have things delivered to our house because of where we live anyways. So yeah, so I guess maybe an unhaul as well. So that's what's going on in this world with my libraries. It is all getting packed up and there is a lot that's got to go. I've got a stack right here. This is all things I'm unhauling, picture books, books I didn't want, cookbooks, all kinds of things. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to donate them to a little free library. I'd have to go to several to get rid of all those. Or give them to, I've got some things that I've saved for people who I know might want them. Should I even bother trying to sell them? That feels like a lot. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. If you have a tip of what I should do with all these books that I'm getting rid of, drop it in the comments below because I desperately need to know. But today I'm going to tackle my books and try to figure this out. And I have them organized to an extent, so we'll call this a library tour. It's not great. Up here I have all of my 40 by 40 books. So these are all the books that I put on my list that I already own that are on my 40 by 40 or are books that I'm pre-reading for school. I haven't actually touched this side. Probably concerning since, you know, I'm leaving my house for 3 weeks basically, and school starts the end of July for us. So yeah, that's got to happen. So I got to figure out which ones of these I'm taking with us because we will be staying in a rental for 2 weeks and then possibly camping for a week. Who knows? We don't know. Next up, I have it organized kind of in a strange way. So and things are getting thrown on here too as well. But this is kind of all of my like Christian living books. So I have a lot of motherhood on this side and then wife and womanhood here in the middle. And then I have just like random things over here. And what I did because they're double booked, I moved books that I'm not probably going to read this year to the back, and ones that I either need to read or want to reread in this coming year, I put them in the front. So, some of the ones that I really want to get to this year is I wanted to reread Lies Women Believe. I listened to this in audiobook and it was amazing. But I really wanted to reread it. But I also have the junior version in the or Lies Young Women Believe. And I really want to do that with my girls. And we're thinking about starting a teen ministry for them. So I thought that might be good. Other things like Wordful Women's Ministry. I'm not really sure why this is in the front, because I don't really plan to read this, but it was an amazing and helpful book. I love Gloria Furman. So I have that all going here. And then this is where it descends into chaos. I have homeschool stuff over here. And then I have like health living over here. And then these are the ones in the front. So like here's a random kids book. Let's see here. I read The Gospel Comes with a House Key, and that's good. I think I have it out because I wanted to annotate it. I have some Elizabeth Elliot here I wanted to read. I have some books that like I probably need to unhaul. And then I have like Mama Bear Apologetics, which I definitely do want to reread. That's good. And Every Woman a Theologian by oh my goodness, how do you say her name? Felicia Masonheimer. That has been high on my list. And then Alive in Him by Gloria Furman. I absolutely love anything by Gloria Furman. It is so life-giving, so scripture-rich. It's amazing. Highly recommend. So I'm going to try to get to that. Books on my homeschool shelf. I don't think I'm actually planning on rereading any of these. I think I just had too many homeschool books in here. But some of my favorites are here in the front. Modern Miss Mason was wonderful. A Waking Wonder. You could read Waking Wonder by Sally Clarkson over and over and over and find new nuggets every single time. It is like basically every page is highlighted for me. For the Children's Sake is a great book. I'm actually reading For the Family's Sake right now, which I've talked about here. And Living Page is amazing. And I actually have that there because I use it as a reference for our homeschool. It talks about notebooking and things like that. I don't even think you have to be a homeschooler to get the benefits from The Living Page by Lori Bestiver. It's great. Then I have this book in the front, and I never finished it. It's None Dare Call It Education. My husband uses it in a class that he teaches. He's debating whether or not he'll do it again because the previous teacher used it, and so he has it on there. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the guy's writing style. Yeah, I don't know. I might go back to it. And then I usually read this during the summer, Teaching from Rest by Sarah Mackenzie. I don't know if I'll get to that this year. And then we get down into my fiction down here on the bottom. Again, it's chaos because we're in the middle of doing a million things. I have kind of, it kind of looks like I've got fantasy, and then I don't even know. I don't even know if there is an organization here. So I have some books that I'm giving to my nephew. I got an extra one because you only need so many Henry and Mudge Sparkle Days. Probably going to unhaul Nature Fix. I shared about that in the other one. It has a lot of good things, but it's got a lot of just trash ideas in it. Some socks, apparently. Just show everything. I really would like to work through this, so that's on there. What do you need help with, dude?
Open this.
Okay, I'm back. Little guy needing help opening his cup. I really want to get to Count of Monte Cristo, but I've tried like 5-6 different times and struggled to get through the first chapter. So we'll see if that happens. Somebody recommended I get it on audiobook, a good audiobook, and then listen to the first few chapters, and it'll get me into it enough that I want to keep reading. And then I have my first Sanderson collection here for Mistborn. Book 1 is out because I'm hoping to read it this month. Once and Future King, I think, is actually supposed to be up on my 40 by 40. Yeah, we'll see if we get to that. Dune, I love. What else do I have in here? Trust the Emerald Seed, another Sanderson, love. Anne Avonlea. So I started buying these covers because they're beautiful, and then discovered they don't have all of the Anne books in this cover, which is incredibly upsetting. So working on that. But yeah, I've got all of my fantasy. Basically, if it's fiction, it's on this shelf. So over here I have historical fiction. Here I have kind of fantasy. Then I've got kind of a dystopian vibe going on here. Yeah, after I rebought, I told you I've done this several times. I bought Hunger Games again, but that's all right. So I'm going to unhaul these. I honestly might unhaul this because frankly it disturbs me, but I'm glad I finally read it. But yeah, it's disturbing. I've got the Odyssey. I mean, it's just some crazy fantasy going on over here. And then I've got kind of like my old history, so I've got like Jane Eyre, and I've got what do I have? All my Austens, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Yeah, that one was strange too. And then Lord of the Rings is literally just jumping off the shelf at me. So I'm going to try to pack all of this up. These are all my mama books, so to speak. And then on the bottom shelf down here, yarn, of course, fabric, why not? I have my, these are my old Daily Bread journals, which if you haven't checked out Daily Bread for Busy Moms, go check them out. I love these journals. I'm going to try to find one that doesn't have writing on it. It has a reading schedule in it that follows the Hebrew reading schedule with the Christian verses because they're messianic. But they have like these little history notes in it that I love. They have space to journal. They have a little place to check off. You can also listen to their podcast and they'll read those to you. And I just love this. And so I have my old ones here. The ones that survived the mold, that is. And I have a whole bunch of Bible studies. I have to decide whether I'm going to keep them or unload them because honestly I don't use them. Lawrence of Arabia is down here. I don't even know what's on this side. Who knows? These were all books I was going to unhaul a long time ago. So guess now's the time. So yeah, I think this is history and biography. Yeah, I've got Lawrence of Arabia, some other history books. I've got a Lust for Life that I never got around to reading about Picasso that I really actually would like to read. I've got some David McCullough and Eric Metaxas, things like that. So yeah, now I've just got to pack this shelf. I've already done all of our series and things like that for the kids. And I'll show you dust. I'll show you those later. But yeah, it is just chaos. So my videos may be spotty in the next couple of weeks, and then who knows what they're going to look like. I also lost my calendar for planning. So it is just pure chaos, and it's Vacation Bible School week. Yay! But it's going well. So I digress. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is if you get to the end of this video, please give me some ideas for how to inventory and keep track of all these when I put them back on the shelves in a couple weeks, because that is something I definitely need to do, because I'm pretty sure we've definitely hit the 1,000 books mark if you count our picture books, because yeah, it's a lot of books and I keep buying more. It might be a problem. And I think I'm going to call that it for a video. So if you've made it to the end, go ahead and drop a picture of your favorite emoji below. And thank you so much for watching. And like I said, don't forget, if you have tips for inventorying these books, what I should do with the ones I'm unhauling, let me know in the comments, because this mama needs help and I'm running out of time. Thanks again for watching and have a blessed day.